Show and tell time.
Another teddy bear? My teddy's name is Teddy Ruxpin. He talks, he tells stories, he...
4 batteries not included.
Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin. Can you and I be friends?
Yeah.
I really enjoy talking to people. I would like...
Teddy Ruxpin, the storytelling bear, comes with illustrated book and cassette from Worlds of Wonder.
Will the Grinch catch Santa's biggest day? How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And the Man of Ice Who Will Melt Your Heart. Frosty the Snowman. 2 Christmas classics Saturday.
Missing Colleen Osborne, now age 16. Last seen Daytona Beach, Florida, March 15th, 1984. Call 800-843-5678.
Unless you go into politics.
Who are breaking hearts while learning all about the facts of life. Weekdays at 3 on TV2.
The farmer has always been the heart of American agriculture. He still is. But agriculture itself has changed. Over 22 million people are a part of our nation's agricultural system. It's an industry on the move, offering over 200 challenging and diverse careers. Agriculture's tomorrow is bright. Planning to become a part of that tomorrow begins today with high school agriculture and the FFA. FFA, the future of American agriculture.
There's more than one way to help the Girl Scouts. Be a Girl Scout volunteer. Call the Magic Empire Council. Volunteer today.
You're watching KJRH, TV2, Tulsa.
Kissy Fur will return after these messages. Walk, walk, walk. Kissy Fur. Count Chocula cereal
is different today.
How about
some ghosts in your cereal?
Oh, yeah, my cereal. It's haunted with ghosts. Whatever you do, don't open that box.
Chill out, Chuck. They're marshmallow ghosts.
It's true. Now there are ghosts. New like marshmallow ghost in Count Chocula, a ghostly part of this complete breakfast.
Sounds neat. Let's eat.
No, don't open that box.
But you can, if you dare.
We've got Lucky Corner with his Lucky Charm.
Oh, I'll make a sailboat and off I'll go with my Lucky Charms matching. Blow in, blow. Always after me crunchy oat cereal with a rainbow of marshmallow surprises. Pink hearts, orange stars, yellow moons, green clovers, blue diamonds, and purple horseshoes. A magically delicious part of this complete breakfast.
I know how to get Lucky back.
I'm real embarrassed.
Frosted Lucky Charms.
They're magically delicious.
It's Ken and new Jewel Secrets Barbie with 3 fabulous secrets.
We girls love lots of jewels to wear. Right, Barbie? Jewel Secrets Barbie.
Jewel Secrets.
Wow. Step out of that gown for a night on the town.
Jewel Secrets.
Just right for a disco night.
Barbie has one more secret. Her ball gown is a purse. For you.
Jewel Secrets Barbie doll has 3 dazzling looks with matching play jewels. Ken dolls sold separately. New from Mattel.
I hope you're hungry. This burger's a monster.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
Hamburger. Beasley, it's Burger Source Runs. Quick.
Nice work.
Oh no, hot dogs.
I can't look.
Beasley, it's too quiet around here. Pterodactyls. It's now or never.
How's the hamburger?
Out of this world.
The thick French fun. That Cocoa Krispies chocolatey taste sends you to this chocolatey place, to a land full of chocolate that goes snap, crackle, pop-a-lot. Let Cocoa Krispies fill your spoon and soon be gazing at a cocoa moon, sitting under a chocolate palm tree by the cocoa sea.
Kellogg's Cocoa Krispies, part of this complete breakfast.
Get that Cocoa Krispies taste. Leave a chocolatey smile on your face. Snap, crackle, pop, Cocoa Krispies. Yeah.
We were searching for fun fruit trees, and boy, were we surprised. We saw sun-kissed fun fruits change their shape by doing exercise. They changed to letters, numbers, and animal shapes. New sun-kissed fun fruits, letters, numbers, and animals are made with real fruit, so they're real fun to eat.
Letters, numbers,
animals! New sun-kissed fun fruits,
letters, numbers,
welcome everyone. Oh my goodness, I hope everybody's doing all right. Happy Thursday. Yeah, so I ended up getting the Zoom link for this thing. So all we got to do is just wait for Aunt Bev to start the meeting. There's Tom. Got Karen coming in. So let's take a look at that.
And you have a lot of people loving you right now, Karen.
Hey! Look at that footage Tom's getting, man. Make sure to sub to Tom, man. That's all Tom getting that live right now. Look at that, man. Wow. Good Dana and Rita, man.
How you doing, guys? Hey, guys. Nice. And there you go, guys. Imagine that. Wow. She looked good, huh? Man.
Did you see Jackson?
No.
Welcome, folks. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I pulled that up. That's happening right now. So we'll see what's going on here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened with this order that was supposed to be ruled on by this motion that was supposed to be ruled on by Aunt Bev. And she never did. So I wonder what would be the reasoning behind that. I wonder, did everyone maybe come to an agreement to continue with today's hearing? And make sure, man, make sure to subscribe if you're not already to Tom CPU. Clever, please stop. To Tom CPU. Make sure that was him streaming that live, man. That's pretty amazing. Great footage there. Good for you, Tom. Sorry. Clubber's newest thing is chewing up the back of my chair, and it's really distracting. Let me see. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of people in support for Karen Read. So I'm very curious as to how this is going to go down with this meeting. And I've got to keep checking it now, just so you guys could see. Let me show you guys what I got going on here. So we're just waiting. So I got to make sure that I'm muted when the time comes. My camera is off. And I am muted. Okay, so that way, as I'm talking to you guys, we won't get as I'm talking to you guys, we won't get I won't end up looking like a clown. So, and a big shout out to Cherry. Thank you, Cherry, for retrieving this Zoom login so we could stream this live. And so I'm really interested in what happens today. So again, I'm of the opinion, I think it's based on everything that we know. I think it's just going to be a big nothing burger, man. Unless Aunt Bev is just going to throw out the case, which we could only hope. But let's just see what happens here. Maybe maybe we just got to a point where they didn't even need the meeting. Here's to wishing, right? since we're fantasizing here, since we're dreaming, let's fantasize that the U.S. Attorney's Office filed some sort of federal motion to stop this case from moving forward based on everything that's happened. It should not even be heard in a courtroom based on the evidence and how it was collected. There's not just, like I said, it's only if you pick one thing, it is only a drop in the bucket of things that went wrong in this investigation that would create doubt. Oh, Elliot Zadell, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. I hope you enjoy. Actually, yeah, I'm really I'm really looking forward to finding out what happens here. But again, I think it's either going to be something that drastic or it's not going to be anything. It's just going to be, hey, we'd like a ruling on our motion that we filed. Judge Bev, we'd like a ruling on that. And then if she says, and then they say, well, we need this and this and this, and this is why, and blah, blah, blah. And then she's going to say, well, okay, if everybody agrees, then we'll meet back here on this date in a month and we'll continue. So who knows? It could just be Bev not doing her job. Exactly, Katie May. It could absolutely be that. It could absolutely be that. This is supposed to start at 2, right? It is now 2, so I'm still kind of listening in on what's going on with Tom. No, Thomas didn't end, Cherry. I'm listening and watching on another screen. Because Karen and Yannetti just walked in, so they might need a second to start. And let's just be honest, there's a good chance Lolly's not even going to be prepared. So we're usually waiting on the prosecution in these cases. So yeah, no, see, I have my mic muted. You can see on the top left. I have my mic muted. I'm being very careful. I'm being very careful. I got my I got my camera turned off too. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the meeting to start. Let's see here. We're just waiting. So, but I wonder who's attending via Zoom, Because the truth is, I would prefer to stream it if the news was streaming it. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather see everyone and that sort of thing. But I'm not seeing anything news wise. So we're good on this for now. But I wonder if anything big were to happen, would there be if anything major, would there be a leak, to somebody in mainstream media in some way, shape, or form? I don't know. Clipper, go lie down. I had to change hats because it's actually a pretty warm day. So Fox 25 is live. Okay, let me go check that out. I'm gonna enlarge this here. I don't have Facebook, so only if they're streaming like from their website or from their YouTube. Clubber, stop. Okay. Yeah, no, they are. Okay, so here we go. Okay, folks.
The federal judge's endorsement of the protective order, and number two, execution by the parties of the acknowledgement form on the protective order. Second, we expect that this could happen as soon as tomorrow. Now, this is an email that we're receiving last night.
Right, you said that.
But he said in parentheses, again, assuming a quick turnaround of the protective order and acknowledgement forms on your part, speaking to the parties. In any event, and barring something unforeseen, we would characterize the disclosures as happening within a matter of days.
Okay, great. Mr. Lally, I know you're on trial, but have you been able to hold up your end of this yet, or when will you be able to?
I anticipate being able to respond in regard to there was some language as far as the protective order that the Commonwealth was concerned about, given its obligations for public records requests, as well as
That's as loud as it goes, guys. I'm sorry.
When the finality of the proceedings may be defined. But I think those are easily resolvable issues. So I anticipate we should be able to hopefully do that this afternoon.
Okay. All right, let's have it done no later than tomorrow afternoon.
Sure.
Okay, good. So that solves that. Rule 17, Google, your Exhibit A. Where do we stand with those records? Has anyone inquired of Google as to where they are, Mr. Yannetti?
That's as loud as it goes, guys. I'm sorry.
So with regard to both Verizon and Google, the problem that we run into is, number one, we're not law enforcement, and number two, we're not members of the clerk's office. They will not respond to a criminal defense attorney to give an update.
Have you called legal counsel for the agencies?
Yes,
Has a lawyer called a lawyer?
So, Your Honor, with regard to the grounds for the motion to continue that was jointly filed.
I mean, that's a good question.
The Verizon records, it was the exhaustive testimony.
I understand, and we're going through them. So can you answer that question? Has a lawyer contacted legal counsel? Not a member of your team, but
right.
a lawyer.
So it's we've tried to do that. It is almost impossible to get legal counsel on the phone speaking to a defense attorney unless they're the ones reaching out to you. So again, this is something that the Commonwealth can accomplish. They are law enforcement. Your clerk's office can accomplish it. They're part of the court.
Jim, you talked to Verizon at one point, right? When there was a problem with records?
I did.
Okay.
And?
So that's been done.
What?
Okay. I thought everyone was going to be here today. I didn't know we'd have people on Zoom.
I had emailed the court yesterday to say that if it was just going to be...
Yeah, I found out from
on a
Mr.
motion to
McDermott
continue, it would just
this
be me
morning.
in person.
That's why she hasn't opened the Zoom.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. So what can you tell me? Let's start with Google. What can you tell me about Google?
Yes, Your Honor. If you recall, at the very last court date, Your Honor was going to inquire of Mr. McDermott and review the declaration that Brian Albert had filed and get us a copy of the court order so that we could follow up with Google. That was a discussion that we had at sidebar. I don't have, as it stands, a copy of the reference number in order to follow up with Google. And I also don't know what was filed under seal by the third party. So there were some issues that the court was going to discuss with the clerk at sidebar and then get back to us about. So I don't know what the status of those records are because we need to follow up about that.
All right. So, Mr. McDermott, tomorrow, why don't we check in with Google and let counsel know any information so that they can follow up, okay?
Sure.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So now we're moving on to Rule 17 regarding Michael Proctor and Jennifer McCabe.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to finish talking about Verizon as well.
We weren't there yet. We weren't there yet. I asked you specifically
okay.
about Google. Now we're moving on to the Rule 17 records. I'm doing it in the order of your motion. So Rule 17 regarding Michael Proctor and Jennifer McCabe. Where do we stand with that, Mr. Lally?
I believe I received a letter yesterday from Mr. Reddington's office in regard to Ms. McCabe's materials being filed with the court. So that was my understanding with regard to that. I hadn't checked the docket or downstairs yet.
Okay.
And I had spoken to Trooper Proctor in regard to his communications. If they haven't been received by the clerk's office yet, then I will ensure that they are
Forthwith.
Forthwith, yes.
Okay. All right. And the Verizon records that were ordered, what do you know about that, Mr. Lally? Any information on that?
I don't.
Okay. Mr. McDermott, this is the one that Verizon sent the wrong records?
That's correct.
All right. And you followed up with them?
I did follow up with them, and they were going to fix the situation. I don't know if there's a cell phone record received from Verizon on January 25th, but that was probably the first one that was incorrect, correct?
It was.
Okay.
All right.
And for the record, Ms. Little did call Verizon on January 25th. As soon as we received those records, that was the first time we did receive them.
Okay. So, Ms. Little, is that what you wanted to address?
Yes, Your Honor. As you know, at the last court date, we had discussed at sidebar what the status of those records were. We did get a copy of the court order. I was able to follow up with Verizon. It looks like they were sent to the court actually back in November of last year. The date of that letter was, I believe, late November. Once we received the records, it looked like they were from the incorrect user. I was able to call the law enforcement and court number to speak with them about that.
Okay.
They did acknowledge that there was a mistake on their end, but they asked that the court clerk follow up with them because I was not an authorized person to discuss those matters.
All
and
right.
I know that Jim very quickly reached out to follow up with them.
Yeah.
And I did. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So we can double check that perhaps, Mr. McDermott.
I just did check. I haven't received anything yet, but I can follow up tomorrow.
All right. Great. All right. So that moves us to the DNA, Bodhi technology. Let's talk about that first. Mr. Lally, that was to be expedited. What's the information we have from them?
So that is really the only issue and the reason that it's a joint motion to continue from my perspective. I don't oppose the motion, but the reason that it's a joint request from my end. So where we stand, I spoke with someone from Bodhi yesterday.
Okay.
And really what I had said to Mr. Yannetti, but it didn't get encapsulated within the motion, is they're the two sort of different sets of testing that are going on. So there's the hair sample with the mitochondrial DNA testing, and then there's the taillight evidence with regard to the troopers' samples that they submitted as well. So with reference to both of those samples, I anticipate initially what I was told, even with the 8-week rush expedited return, was sometime around the 3rd week of March or something like that. And so that was in part why
It's a lot more than 8 weeks.
Well, it's 8 weeks from the date that they received it. So and there was some delays in regard to that as far as whether or not there was going to be any observation of testing and collecting samples, submitting the samples. So it's been a bit of an arduous process. But the point, the further point of clarity that I received yesterday is that they expect, it's not a definitive due date, but their expectation is that that testing should be completed the 1st week of March now, with regard to both sets.
Okay.
My issue, though, sort of ancillary to that is, and I'm not faulting counsel for this, but I have no reciprocal discovery in this case. And my expectation is that I may be receiving some, if not a voluminous amount. I can't file a certificate of compliance and a motion for reciprocal discovery under the rules, as the court is well aware, until I've completed my discovery obligations, which I won't be able to do until we get to that 1st week of March when I get the DNA reports. So that is my reason for looking to push the trial date out a little bit in order to be able to satisfy my discovery obligations, file the motion for reciprocal discovery, and give counsel at least some reasonable amount of time to provide whatever it is they have, of which I just don't know.
All right. So while we're talking about DNA,
So you didn't have enough time already?
Are you concerned about canine DNA? Where do we stand with that?
No, I think this is the only outstanding DNA issue.
Okay. So, all right. So we're not dealing with canine DNA? All right. All right. So Mr. McDermott will help us out here tomorrow. Mr. Lally will make any edits that he's suggesting to the protective order, and that will go out no later than tomorrow.
Yes.
So it sounds like, and 1st week of March, let's keep on them and see if we can get that DNA discovery before then. So what I'm going to do is let's keep that February 26th date. We still have the motion to dismiss and the motion for the DA's office to, let me get it right, motion for sanctions and disqualification, the DA's office.
Okay, can I be heard on that, Your Honor, please?
For heard on what? Scheduling?
On the February 26th date.
So on just let me finish.
Of course.
So February 26th will be on the motion to dismiss.
The motion to dismiss only.
Yes, I said we still have 2 outstanding. It'll be the motion to dismiss.
Okay.
And I'll hear where you're at on the motion for disqualification on that date.
I see. So I think the only issue with regard to February 26th is that's 1 week from Monday.
Right.
The Commonwealth has indicated that they anticipate filing response briefs to our motions and our memorandum. I would assert that we should be given the opportunity to file reply briefs to their response briefs. And our objection to that date is there's not enough time to get all of that done by February 26th. And the issue should be fully briefed so that both sides have had their opportunity to fully brief it, and the court has an opportunity to review the briefs prior to taking the bench on February 26th.
It's an Odell motion, right?
Well, yes, Odell, yes.
Yeah, so it's an Odell motion. I have your motion and the attachments, police reports. I have that thumb drive with all of the grand jury minutes on it. Mr. Lally, you're going to file an opposition when? Ms. McLaughlin, when is that opposition? Mr. Lally's on trial. Can you help us out with that, Ms. McLaughlin?
Yes, Your Honor. I anticipate having one motion filed today in regards to the disqualification sanction motion.
Okay.
Probably need a few days, a week or so to get the motion to dismiss done.
Let's do it by next Wednesday. All right. And then you can have something, an opposition to an opposition or a reply to an opposition on an Odell motion. 2 days, Mr. Yannetti. You can have something by next Friday. So the hearing will be on the 26th.
Okay,
right?
what time, Judge?
Jim, what time is it scheduled? Whatever time it's already scheduled for. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, Jim, we're done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Football rise.
Goodbye.
Yeah, the Zoom never opened on my end, so I'm glad Boston 25 was there. So yeah, mostly, like I said, a big nothing burger. I mean, it's a date to talk about dates. So, I mean, it blows my mind how long this judge just allows the prosecution to not give up discovery to the defense. It just blows my mind. And then the guy has the audacity to sit up here and ask for more time. Well, here's the thing is, we can't sit here and say that they're stalling because, I mean, the defense is stalling as much as the prosecution is. Each side needs time to prepare their cases. Like, dude, in a case, you got to look at it like in a case, the way that I see it, in a case, there's so many other cases. Like each filing of a motion is a case. It takes all this research to actually properly do it. You have to make sure that there's grounds to do it. You have to cite other cases that decisions were made based on this motion. You have to do all kinds of different stuff. A lot of hoops to jump. So the defense needs just as much time as the prosecution. And the defense right now, what they're saying, I mean, they filed the motion to get rid of Yali or Lolly, to get rid of him. They filed the motion to basically dismiss. And sorry, I was distracted by chat. They're saying February 26th, a week from Monday, February 26th, then she's gonna hear it. And they're like, well, wait a second, we need a little more time, you know? So everybody wants to be able to present their case perfectly. They want to leave nothing for the opposition to counter with. So these people are, you know, these things take time. These things, unfortunately, they take a lot of time. And this is exactly what I expected would happen today, pretty much. But I think the most inspiring thing that I saw today was what Tom CPU is out there doing which was showing all of the support. You know, I don't think that there's any conspiracy here from the prosecution necessarily at this point to delay anything. Karen Read herself waived her right to a speedy trial for a reason. And I think the reason is that she wants to, her defense and they want to show not only that she's innocent, but show that there are other people that are responsible that require being investigated. And it's damn important for that to happen. We're talking about a dead police officer. We're talking about John O'Keefe, a Boston police officer who is now dead. And somebody needs to be held accountable for this. This is the biggest issue. Fuck everything else. The very biggest issue of this entire thing is that John O'Keefe gets justice. Karen Read getting justice and free the freeing of Karen Read is only a step towards that. You know what I mean? And this is, I mean, you have a whole community of people that are outraged as to what is happening to her. And then some people are even claiming that John O'Keefe is being lost in all of this. I couldn't disagree more. Because there are many of us who still understand this fact that Karen Read being freed of these charges is just a step towards John O'Keefe getting justice. And until now, I don't know how much weight it'll hold with what Sean McDonough said. I believe him. But what I'm saying is we're only seeing his word, you know. Now, he's a very credible expert, in my opinion, which is why I believe him. I don't think that he has anything to gain by just throwing out these assurances that there will be. I mean, I asked the guy, you know, between 1 and 10, what do you think there'll be arrests for the framing of Karen Read and the murder of John O'Keefe? And he said 20. He said 20. These things take time. This process is going to take time. So yeah, it does suck that John's family believes the prosecution, but that's the thing is you know, what I'll say about that is that we want to believe in our institutions of law enforcement. We want to believe in our institutions of justice, such as the district attorney's office. We want to believe in these things. We want to believe that our votes matter. We want to believe that we weren't lied to. We don't want to feel like we've been duped. You know, I'm not going to hold. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're victims all around. John O'Keefe's family are victims all around. They're victims because they lost their son, someone who I'm sure they had every reason and beyond to be proud of. And they're victims because there is a system that is failing to get their son or sibling justice. There is a system failing to do this. Now, whether it be because they're corrupt or whether it be because they're fucking lazy, the bottom line is they conducted this investigation in a very, very irresponsible fashion. And especially when it came to, I mean, that in and of itself is a disrespect to the memory of John O'Keefe, especially a Boston police officer. That is disrespectful to the badge that these very investigators wear. It's sad and disgusting. And this woman has every right. This woman has every right to defend herself against an investigation that has absolutely railroaded her. And even if it's something just as petty as covering up the fact that they had made a stupid mistake here and there, and then they just built on top of each mistake by making another mistake and another mistake. Even if it's something that innocent, it's not innocent. It's shitty. Hold on. Oh, shit. Okay. Hold on, folks. Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, Robin, that's what Robin and yes. I like this though.
So
Isn't
what
that
happened?
awesome? You guys see that? That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Am I too far or what?
You can get around that.
You can bring attention.
To read it for yourself because it's perfect. Let's see if they have anything to say. Free Kara Reid! 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 Free Kara Reid!
Free Kara Reid! Free Kara Reid! Free Kara Reid! Free Kara Reid! Free Kara Reid! Free Kara Reid!
There goes Jen McCabe! Ma!
Yo. Jesus, man.
Free Kara Reid!
Tension's high, dude.
Free Kara Reid!
You gonna go take a shower?
I got stuck on the wrong side.
Oh!
You get yelled at?
Yeah, lucky you got a seat.
They usually yell at you.
Yeah. And there's Chrissy, who's always in the courtroom.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened, she
That
says.
was a total waste of time.
I can't believe Jen McCabe had the ball to even show up there. Oh, what? Is that true?
There he is.
Oh, wow. I hope that's true, Carrie.
Grant, shut up.
Jen McCabe.
Grant, shut up. Nobody wants to hear you. See you next time. We'll be waiting.
Karen, do you disavow
Enough,
Turtle
enough,
Boy?
enough, Grant. Shut up.
We love you, Karen.
Free press,
Right here.
Tom.
100%. You got it.
Don't block the free press. All right. Don't block the free press, guys.
Free press. Really? Yeah. We love you, Karen. Thank you. Chris, that red spot.
Even the fans. Good job,
Now,
Dad.
before I continue this, I have to say something. And a lot of you aren't going to like it. Okay? But, or maybe you will. But, Turtle Boy, see now, let me say this. Grant Ass Bleeder should be kissing Turtle Boy's ass all over Twitter right now. He should be kissing Turtle Boy's ass all over Twitter right now. And the reason that is because Turtle Boy is in jail right now, protecting Grant's right to do exactly what he's doing to Karen Reed. Right here, what we're watching. That is exactly what Turtle Boy is currently sitting in jail for. Grant should be kissing his ass.
Without Richie, here you go.
Don't block the free press.
I can block whatever I want.
You're gonna get banned from court like Hampton Community TV.
Please. Use your mommy's name to get away with what you get away with.
That's her dad right there.
Listen.
Grant, enough. Please.
Free press.
You write for Star
Free
Magazine?
press.
It doesn't give you the right
Free
to be
press.
a jerk, guys.
Free
Yes, it
beautiful
does.
patriot, Karen Reed.
I'm gonna a law student.
Grant's such a tool. Jerry.
Say hi to the feds.
She already met them. We're good there. Trust me.
That's how Aiden became an informant.
Nope. You're so wrong, dude.
Oh, Krusty left some
Exactly.
marks here.
Being poor is something to be proud of.
Krusty left some marks here.
I don't have money like her.
Good job today, guys. We're proud of you.
I've never been in a car like that in my life.
Keep up your fight. We got you.
Oh, hold on.
Guilty as sin. Informant.
Gotta hear this dickhead again. Yeah, this is fantastic.
Say hi to the feds.
She already met them. We're good there.
I mean,
trust me.
That's how Aiden became an informant.
Nope. You're so wrong, dude.
Oh, Krusty left some marks on the pants here.
Being poor is something to be proud of.
Krusty left some marks here.
I don't have money like her.
Good job today, guys. We're proud of you.
I've never been in a car like that in my life.
Keep up your fight. We got you.
Boo fucking who,
Guilty
bro?
as sin.
Love you, Karen.
You're right. They sure are. Jim, proud of you.
I've never been in a car like that in my life.
Keep up your fight. We got you.
Guilty as sin.
Love you, Karen.
Guilty.
Hey, we got
Been in a car like that in my life.
proud of you.
I've never been in a car like that in my life.
Proud of you.
I've never been in a car like that in my life.
Keep up your fight. We got you.
Guilty as sin.
Love you, Karen.
So, right there, we just got a beautiful example of Grant by Grant himself. And thank you for that, Grant, as to what your pattern of thinking here is and what is your issue. You're literally jealous. I mean, dude, let's, I mean, there's no way to deny that. Like what I just watched you do was you based her guilt on the kind of car that she drives. You based your weight of opinion on her guilt. You base that on her means, on so that thank you for letting us all know exactly what drives you here. Pure hate and jealousy, envy. I've never been in a car like that in my life. Guilty as sin. Those are your words. And you expect people to take you as credible as a journalist? I mean, come on, man. You expect people to take you credible as a journalist because because you're jealous of someone having more than you? You just literally based your opinion of her guilt, the weight of it. You base that on what she drives. Or what her attorney drives. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. That shit's expensive. And she's innocent. And guess what? She's going to get a lot of support. That's how it works. If there's so much evidence to indicate that this person is innocent and being railroaded, they're going to generate support. And if you can afford the best fucking lawyer, then you get the best fucking lawyer. Period.
You're right. They sure are. Jim McCabe murdered somebody. All right.
Long live the free
There we go, guys.
Now, guys, I love Tom. Tom, I love you, buddy. I do. I do. And I get where his heart was coming from and everything in that. I would have just put my phone in Grant's face and started asking about his ass. But that's me. That's what I would have done. I'm not faulting Tom because Tom did what he does. That's awesome. I'm saying if I had been in the rare position that Tom was in, I would have put my phone in Grant's face and asked him about the bleeding from his ass and his pot smoking and how chemically this works. I'd want a whole interview on it. I'd want to know. I mean, he posted the shit on Twitter, you know, as his excuse for smoking pot. That if he doesn't smoke weed, his asshole bleeds profusely. Okay, so I got questions. I got questions.
Nice. And there she goes.
Tom, no throwing money at people. What's wrong with you?
What? You want me to make a list?
No throwing money at people.
He asked me what's wrong.
He's
So I got a list
angry.
for him, man. He's asking me. That's a dumb question.
Grant's such an angry little stoner, dude. He's such an angry little burnout. It's so sad, bro.
What's wrong with you? I got freaking problems.
What are you going to do with my case over? Nobody's going to listen to you.
Grant,
Because you're an idiot.
I have a belt if you need one. Do you want a belt? I have one.
Go out of weight.
You need a belt.
You know Karen has colitis, I heard.
She does. Who
So
cares?
How do you fucking
So
think
do
she
I.
feels when you mock her for it?
Dude.
So do I. So do I.
Why do you
But I
think-
don't have fucking bleeding out my ass.
She does.
So?
Don't mock her
So
for
what?
it.
Nobody's
Enough.
mocking. I'm mocking.
Dude, enough.
How she feels when she gets that shit.
Grant,
You said it, dude.
Bleeding out ass.
Grant.
She's got fucking colitis.
Grant. God.
See, you talking about ass bleeding in
Why
front
don't
of
you
her
show
with
respect?
colitis?
Why don't you show respect? Why
Ass
don't you
bleeding.
show some fucking respect?
She's
You're a
got
fucking
colitis.
idiot.
Grant.
Capitalize.
She's
Grant.
got colitis.
You limit, Grant. You know
I gotta see that again.
So do
I
I. So
gotta.
do I.
Colitis, I heard.
she does. Who
So do
cares?
How do you fucking
So
think
do
she
I.
feels when you mock her for it?
So
Dude,
do I. So do I.
why do you
But I
think?
don't have fucking bleeding out my ass.
She does.
So?
Don't mock her
So
for
what?
it.
Nobody's
Enough.
mocking. I'm mocking.
Dude, enough.
She feels when
Oh
she
my
gets that
god,
Grant.
bro.
shit. Bleeding out ass.
Grant.
She's got fucking colitis.
Grant.
Show some respect.
Bro.
God.
Show some respect.
I
thought it was that big.
Why
So you
don't
talking about ass
Why don't
bleeding in
you- why
front of
don't
her
you
with
show
colitis?
respect? Why don't you show respect? Why don't you show some fucking respect?
She's
You're a
got
fucking
colitis.
idiot.
Grant.
Capitalize.
She's
Grant.
got colitis.
You limit, Grant. You know she has
She's
colitis. Grant,
disabled.
you know she has
Go
colitis.
talk to
Some
Kevin
fucking
and
respect.
Grant, Grant,
fucking
Grant,
She's got colitis.
Grant. You know that, right?
But she's got colitis,
You-
yes.
Then why don't you give her a little bit of room? Give
What
her
the
some
fuck are you
space.
talking about? I told you not to mock her for having
Dude,
colitis.
give her some
Don't
space.
mock her for
I'm
it.
not, dude.
Nobody's mocking her.
Give her some space, God.
Nobody's mocking her.
This is the stupidest shit I've ever seen.
Man.
I just witnessed the whole thing.
They were mocking Karen for having colitis.
Like we're mocking.
They were mocking Karen. Come on now, Grant. Come up with something better than
Grant,
that.
you're raping Grant.
Lindsay Buckingham.
Grant,
Come on, Lindsay.
stop raping cats. Stop raping cats, all right? Leave the cats alone.
Funny that she has colitis.
It's not funny that word.
Grant.
It's not funny.
Grant,
It's funny you bleed out your lips.
you're funny, guy. You're funny like a clown.
Oh my God.
I know, he almost got run. He almost ran himself over.
Trying to say we're making fun of it.
Hey, how's my volume on this, guys? Is it okay?
It's unacceptable.
Why would Chrissy be saying that?
No.
You're mocking Karen.
Yeah,
Of all people.
yeah.
She's got colitis. Why the hell would she
Like,
be mocked?
I'm going to mock anyone, like her. Oh, like,
All people.
yeah, all right.
There he goes on the walk of shame right there.
You gotta stop mocking Karen.
Yeah.
Like you're mocking Karen.
I have colitis. I'm just fucking.
You're mocking Karen, and you're mocking Karen. They're all mocking her.
I don't see
Oh my
Karen.
God, bro.
I don't see Karen on Twitter.
Yeah. Wow. Poor Grant. I feel bad for the guy. He doesn't have a clue. He really doesn't.
I told him I got a tampon in my car.
I mean,
He does.
Tom's right, man. Like he doesn't have a fucking clue. It's so funny.
He does. I feel bad for him.
We were here.
I feel bad for the guy. I do. Hi. I got you on my shirt.
I love that.
Yeah. You see that? You don't have one, do you? No. Who else has one?
Robin has
Yeah, Robin, that's what Robin and
blue one.
yes.
Yeah.
I like this though. Isn't that awesome?
I mean, yeah.
You
dude.
guys see that?
Dude, that shit's gonna
That's
get,
awesome. Yeah.
that shit's gonna get blasted all over Twitter, bro. Is
Well, that was going on. Yeah, when I realized that
Oh
the
my
kids were
God.
driving my ass, yelling at us.
Were they?
Yes.
Did you get him on video?
I'll say this. Say it that way.
Oh. Oh. All right.
I can already see that. I can already see it, dude. I can already see the fucking Oprah meme. Colitis for you. You got colitis. You got colitis. You got colitis. That was the most asinine shit I had ever seen, dude. Like, what?
I can't believe Grant. I can't believe it. I just can't believe he's that.
So funny.
Thank you for coming. How are you?
I was yelling.
Yeah. Did you get signatures?
I'm working on it.
You
These
wanna-
people, the funny thing, these people don't want to be political, which is hilarious to me.
It is political. They don't see it. Do you want us to come on live with 13 people? You want to say something? I don't even want to throw it in your face. I would ask you.
You can, that's
All right.
fine. I'm always on camera anyway.
All right.
I'm Catherine Vitale.
Yo, man, like God bless Tom, man, for like I love when this dude goes live at these things, dude. Like you really get a feel for like what the people are doing out there, and like he's just like it's always great. Like I actually might even love going over this stuff more than the actual hearings, you know?
I'm just here collecting signatures for Bob Burke for Congress. He's running for the 8th Congressional District to unseat Stephen Lynch, who some people here think that that's their friend, but he's ruining the country. But we're definitely free Karen Reed, free Turtle Boy, and I came here both to support and to get support. So thanks
All
for
right.
being here.
Well, we'll see what we can do. I want to get you on my channel sometime, and we'll talk about how they like to try and shut people up.
Yeah.
She's all from New Hampshire. I know. Relax. I know. Chrissy, sweetheart.
I mean,
This is my friend Deanna.
I get it, man. Like, you know, I get it, you know, but like, aren't we all? You know what I mean? A little bit, dude. There's a few times I've lost my shit, dude. Like on YouTube, just fucking melted the fuck down, bro. It happens. You know what I mean? Like we've all got our shit. Like, but the thing is like this dude, he goes out there and he genuinely loves everybody out there. Like he genuinely goes out there just to interact and share the interaction with, you know, everyone. And it's dope, man. Like it's incredibly thoughtful. Like when you think about it, it's incredibly thoughtful. So like I love Tom for that, man.
She come from New Hampshire.
I saw you saying it was both of us.
You did too?
Yeah. 33 when I left. 36 when I started.
So,
but I don't want to say.
Thank you guys for coming today. I wish it was a little more, you know, substance. Lorena. Yeah. So you're going back now? Okay. Oh, even better. Oh, so you're local. Cool. All right. Yeah, I'm right, Whitman.
Everyone who knows anything knows.
Well, listen, thank you. It's good seeing you again. All right. Behave. Yeah, as much as you can.
Thanks.
It was good to see you. All right. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Maybe.
Hey, can you grab that sign out of that for me and put it on my shoulder for me? I'm beating it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here too. But he said I emailed you yesterday and told you.
I love that picture. That's like the best picture ever. Yep.
If you guys want to kick it for a little bit, I mean, I'll make some more coffee or whatever, but I want to go over that hearing one more time where I could pause it. I could fully understand it. Yeah. And I realize the volume's really low. Has nothing to do with me. I'm doing the best I can with the volume on that. I mean, if this is your first time watching a trial from a news station covering it, you know, then you wouldn't know, but it's very common for the volume to not be very good. So I had the volume up as loud as it could go. I did the best I could. I could hear it fine because I have headphones on. I have good headphones on. So, but I definitely want to go over the stuff one more time. I would never do a jump scare, Cherry. I don't know why. And like, you see how she talks to me? Belland. See this shit? Okay, hold on. All right. Yeah, let's watch this shit one more time.
Concerned about getting information from the U.S. Attorney's Office. I do appreciate that you put right in your motion that no timeline was explicitly given for the completion of the process. And
Wait, it's got to happen, y'all. It's just got to. It's got to.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. 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 I think we got a super dad. I think we got a.
Thank you, Cheryl. Appreciate it. Great. Awesome. Thank you, Cheryl. Jerry hates it. I love it.
For the production of information, but the U.S. Attorney was cognizant of the trial date scheduled for the case at bar and desired to provide enough lead time for the parties to assimilate the new information, leading counsel to believe that the information would be forthcoming in early February. What do you want to say about that, Mr. Yannetti? What do we have? What's new?
We actually have an update, Your Honor. At 8:28 p.m. last night, the parties received an email from the U.S. Attorney's Office stating the following regarding the procedure going forward. First, this is a quote. First, as soon as we hear back from the DA's office regarding the latest edits to the protective order, we will file our motion in federal court. We will then be in a position to make our disclosures immediately upon, number one, the federal judge's endorsement of the protective order, and number two, execution by the parties of the acknowledgement form on the protective order. Second, we expect that this could happen as soon as tomorrow. Now, this is an email that we're receiving last night.
Right, you said that.
They said, but he said in parentheses, again, assuming a quick turnaround of the protective order and acknowledgement forms on your part, speaking to the parties. In any event, and barring something unforeseen, we would characterize the disclosures as happening within a matter of days.
Okay, great. Mr. Lally, I know you're on trial, but have you been able to hold up your end of this yet, or when will you be able to?
I anticipate being able to respond in regard to there was some language as far as the protective order that the Commonwealth was concerned about, given its obligations for public records requests, as well as some issues in regard to when the finality of the proceedings may be defined.
Boo! You suck!
I think those are easily resolvable issues. So I anticipate we should be able to hopefully do that this afternoon.
Okay. All right, let's have it done no later than tomorrow afternoon.
Sure.
Okay, good. So that solves that. Rule 17, Google. Your exhibit.
Google.
Where do we stand with those records? Has anyone inquired of Google as to where they are, Mr. Yannetti?
So with regard to both Verizon and Google, the problem that we run into is, number one, we're not law enforcement, and number two, we're not members of the clerk's office. They will not respond to a criminal defense attorney to give an update.
Have you called legal counsel for the agencies?
Yes, we have.
Has
Clever.
a lawyer
Stop.
called a lawyer?
So, Your Honor, with regard to the grounds for the motion to continue that was jointly filed, it was the Verizon records, it was the exhaustive testimony.
I understand, and we're going through them. So can you answer that question? Has a lawyer contacted legal counsel? Not a member of your team, but a lawyer.
So it's...
You're a
we've tried to do
magnificent
that.
cunt.
It is almost impossible to get legal counsel on the phone speaking to a defense attorney unless they're the ones reaching out to you. So again, this is something that the Commonwealth can accomplish. They are law enforcement. Your clerk's office can accomplish it. They're part of the court.
Jim, you talked to Verizon at one point, right? When there was a problem with records?
I did.
Okay. All right, so that's been done.
You're a little cunt.
Okay.
Hold on for a second.
No.
I thought everyone was going to be here today. I didn't know we'd have people on Zoom.
I had emailed the court yesterday to say that if it was just going to be...
Yeah, I found out from
a
Mr.
motion to
McDermott
continue, it would just
this
be me in
morning.
person.
All right, so Ms. Little's up here.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. So what can you tell me? Let's start with Google. What can you tell me about Google?
Yes, Your Honor. If you recall, at the very last court date, Your Honor was going to inquire of Mr. McDermott and review the declaration that Brian Albert had filed and get us a copy of the court order so that we could follow up with Google. That was a discussion that we had at sidebar. I don't have, as it stands, a copy of the reference number in order to follow up with Google. And I also don't know what was filed under seal by the third party. So there were some issues that the court was going to discuss with the clerk at sidebar and then get back to us about. So I don't know what the status of those records are because we need to follow up about that.
All right. So, Mr. McDermott, tomorrow, why don't we check in with you? Know any information so that they can follow up, okay?
Sure.
All right.
Thank
So-
you, Your Honor.
All right. So now we're moving on to Rule 17 regarding Michael Proctor and Jennifer McCabe.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to finish talking about Verizon as well.
We weren't there yet. We weren't there yet. I asked you specifically
Oh,
about
okay.
Google. Now we're moving on to the Rule 17 records. I'm doing it in the order of your motion. So Rule 17 regarding Michael Proctor and Jennifer McCabe. Where do we stand with that, Mr. Lally?
I believe I received a letter yesterday from Mr. Reddington's office in regard to Ms. McCabe's materials being filed with the court. So that was my understanding with regard to that. I hadn't checked the docket or downstairs yet.
Okay.
And I had spoken to Trooper Proctor in regard to his communications. If they haven't been received by the clerk's office yet, then I will ensure that they are
Forthwith.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And the Verizon records that were ordered. What do you know about that, Mr. Lally? Any information on that?
I don't.
Okay. Mr. McDermott, this is the one that Verizon sent the wrong records?
That's correct.
All right. And you followed up with them?
I did follow up with them, and they were going to fix the situation. I don't know if there's a cell phone record received from Verizon on January 25th, but that was probably the first one that was incorrect, correct?
It was.
Okay.
All right.
And for the record, Ms. Little did call Verizon on January 25th. As soon as we received those records, that was the first time we did receive them.
Okay. So, Ms. Little, is that what you wanted to address?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why is she cutting them off?
We had discussed at sidebar what the status of those records were. We did get a copy of the court order. I was able to follow up with Verizon. It looks like they were sent to the court actually back in November of last year. The date of that letter was, I believe, late November. Once we received the records, it looked like they were from the incorrect user. I was able to call the law enforcement and court number to speak with them about that.
Okay.
They did acknowledge that there was a mistake on their end, but they asked that the court clerk follow up with them because I was not an authorized.
Why would it take 8 weeks though?
I know that Jim very quickly reached out to follow up with them.
Yeah.
And I did. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So we can double check that perhaps, Mr. McDermott?
I just did check. I haven't received anything yet, but I can follow up tomorrow.
All right. Great. All right. So that moves us to the DNA, Bodhi Technology. Let's talk about that first. Mr. Lally, that was to be expedited. What's the information we have from them?
So that is really the only issue and the reason that it's a joint motion to continue from my perspective. I don't oppose the motion, but the reason that it's a joint request from my end. So where we stand, I spoke with someone from Bodhi yesterday.
Okay.
And really what I had said to Mr. Yannetti, but it didn't get encapsulated within the motion, is they're the two sort of different sets of testing that are going on. So there's the hair sample with the mitochondrial DNA testing, and then there's the taillight evidence with regard to the troopers' samples that they submitted as well. So with reference to both of those samples, I anticipate initially what I was told, even with the 8-week rush expedited return, was sometime around the 3rd week of March or something like that. And so that was in part why
It's a lot more than 8 weeks.
Well, it's 8 weeks from the date that they received it. So and there was some delays in regard to that as far as whether or not there was going to be any observation of testing and collecting the samples, submitting the samples. So it's been a bit of an arduous process, but
Yeah, no, he loves them, dude. Like, bitch Tim loves Grant, bro. It's fucking hilarious. It's one of those things. It's just like, yeah, that makes sense, you know.
the point, the further point of clarity that I received yesterday is that they expect, it's not a definitive due date, but their expectation is that that testing should be completed the first week of March now, with regard to both sets. My issue, though, sort of ancillary to that is, and I'm not faulting counsel for this, but I have no reciprocal discovery in this case. And
I'm not faulting counsel, but I'm faulting counsel.
Expectation is that I may be receiving some, if not a voluminous amount. I can't file a certificate of compliance and a motion for reciprocal discovery under the rules, as the court is well aware, until I've completed my discovery obligations, which I won't be able to do until we get to that first week of March when I get the DNA reports. So that is
Why is it taking
my
so
reason
long?
for looking to push the trial date out a little bit in order to be able to satisfy my discovery obligations, file the motion for reciprocal discovery, and give counsel at least some reasonable amount of time to provide whatever it is they have, of which I just don't know.
All right, so while we're talking about DNA, Mr. Yannetti, do we need to be concerned about canine DNA? Where do we stand with that?
No, I think this is the only outstanding DNA issue.
Okay, so, all right, so we're not dealing with canine DNA? All right. All right, so Mr. McDermott will help us out tomorrow. Mr. Lally will,
Are they talking about the DNA on the trunk or on the bumper? If that's what they're talking about, then that makes sense. I mean, people are like, well, why aren't they testing it for canine DNA? Well, I mean, nobody thinks that the dog was out there by the car. So, you know, unless, you know, John, I mean, both theories would cancel each other out. If John had dog DNA on him and it was on the bumper, that would mean that Karen hit him and got bit by a dog. So I don't think that there's any reason to test the DNA on, bro. Really, bro? Dude, give me that. I don't think there's any reason to test the DNA to find out if it's a canine DNA. Shit, give me 1 second, folks.
To the protective order, and that will go out no later than tomorrow.
Yes.
So it sounds like, in first week of March, let's keep on them and see if we can get that DNA discovery before then. So what I'm going to do is let's keep that February 26th date. We still have the motion to dismiss and the motion for the DA's office to, let me get it right, motion for sanctions and disqualification, the DA's office.
Okay, can I be heard on that, Your Honor, please?
For heard on what? Scheduling?
On the February 26th date.
So on February, just let me finish.
Of course.
So February
Wow.
26th will be on the motion to dismiss.
The motion to dismiss only.
Yes, I said we still have 2 outstanding. It'll be the motion to dismiss that date. And I'll hear where you're at on the motion for disqualification on that date.
I see. So I think the only issue with regard to February 26th is that's 1 week from Monday.
Right.
The Commonwealth has indicated that they anticipate filing response briefs to our motions and our memorandum. I would assert that we should be given the opportunity to file reply briefs to their response briefs. And our objection to that date is there's not enough time to get all of that done by February 26th. And the issue should be fully briefed so that both sides have had their opportunity to fully brief it, and the court has an opportunity to review the briefs prior to taking the bench on February 26th.
It's an Odell motion, right?
Well, yes, Odell, yes.
Yeah, so it's an Odell motion. I have your motion and the attachments, police reports. I have that thumb drive with all of the grand jury minutes on it. Mr. Lally, you're going to file an opposition when? Ms. McLaughlin, when is that opposition? When can we have, Mr. Lally's on trial. Can you help us out with that, Ms. McLaughlin?
Yes, Your Honor. I anticipate having one motion filed today in regards to the disqualification sanction motion.
Okay.
Probably need a few days, a week or so to get the motion to dismiss that.
Let's do it by next Wednesday. All right. And then you can have something, an opposition to an opposition or a reply to an opposition on an Odell motion, 2 days, Mr. Yannetti. You can have something by next Friday. So the hearing will be on the 26th.
Okay,
all right?
what time, Judge?
Jim, what time is it scheduled? Whatever time it's already scheduled. Okay, thank you very much. All right, Jim, we're done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I mean, I also think that they want to I think that Karen Reed's defense wants to, you know, when they waive her right to a speedy trial, I think part of that strategy is probably to give the U.S. Attorney's Office some time to conduct their investigation and to see what turns up, because that could absolutely, that's probably why they, you know, in part, I would think, I basically it wouldn't hurt. I'm not saying that that's why they did it necessarily, but why, you know, I'm not saying that that's why Yannetti wanted to push back. I'm sure he has other preparations to do. What I'm saying is it sure doesn't hurt to give the United States Attorney's Office some time to investigate before motions are being filed and trial goes on. So oh wow, really, Suzanne? That's a bummer. So Turtle Boy's hearing has been postponed until the 26th. That was supposed to be tomorrow, wasn't it? All right. Oh, snap. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Thank you, Cherry. See, Cherry talks shit. She's like, oh, the whiskey's kicking in, and she'll drink that shit for days. Cherry is not human. Okay. I want you guys to understand this about Cherry. She's not human. I don't know what planet she comes from, but she comes from a planet where you can drink, absolutely function better than most people, and never sleep, and live off cereal, and look amazing. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But yeah. Okay, check this out. Yeah, it is Irish blood, right? So blow that up there. Ted Daniel of Fox 25 in Boston says Reed's attorney David Yannetti says that feds emailed last night that they plan to turn over their findings in the coming days. People, you know what that means? That means buckle up. Because, like, I mean, dude, look at that shit. Think about it. Think about it. Turn over their findings. Turn over their findings. That doesn't mean, oh, well, they don't turn over one or two things. That means turn over their findings. If this is everything that we've been saying it is, folks, then then basically Michael Morrissey and Proctor and Tully, all of these guys are just sitting there.
No. Wait.
Just absolutely taking an utter shit. I absolutely love it. Auntie Bev isn't being rude. She cuts off the D because she doesn't want the public to the defense. My mind went elsewhere. Cuts off the D. Hey, what the fuck are you talking about? She doesn't want the public to hear how the state is railroading Karen Reed. I agree. I mean, right. I mean, people, like, look at that. That is a tweet from Ted Daniel stating that Yannetti got. Now, I mean, this is based on Yannetti's word, but Yannetti is being quoted by Ted Daniel of Fox Boston 25 News that they plan on turning over their findings. That's a hell of a thing to say. I mean, can you imagine? Because let's hope it's something. Let's hope it's something, folks. But Yannetti and Jackson seem very, very confident. They seem very confident that Michael Morrissey's office is and should be under investigation. And based on the facts that we know of the investigation, those of us with common sense feel the same way. So yeah, I mean, but see, I don't know. I don't know enough about Beverly Canone to say that she's dirty. You know, I don't know enough about her. But she definitely seems to show favoritism to the prosecution. But that could just be because she doesn't like the attention that the defense has demanded from the public. And I'm not saying they go out asking for it. I'm saying that they have revealed information in this case that has made the public outraged. And that's why the public is out there in crowds in front of a courthouse where someone like Beverly is going to look at it like nothing other than a circus. That's a very, very high possibility that that's the case with her. I know about the whole kid with the whole Aunt Bev thing. I know about that, but I mean, it could just be people know each other. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just saying I like to be devil's advocate and things like this, and I like to, you know, I like to know all the facts before I draw a conclusion that someone is dirty. So the feds are making both sides sign a protective order. And if that protective order, I mean, I wonder what that is. Yeah, see, Scott McGinnis, I don't know, dude. I'm just saying based on what I know. You know what I mean? I'm not going to just, start hating on somebody because I know the rest of the world fucking hates them. You know what I mean? But she definitely appears to suck. I mean, that's just true. You know, every time I watch her, I'm just like, And there's judges that I really like. You know what I mean? Dude, David Wolf here in Tennessee, he resided over a case, a trial that I covered called it was Joe Ray Daniels. And he was accused of the murder of his son, Joe Clyde Daniels. And much like very similar to the Harmony Montgomery case, actually. And he was found guilty. But one of the younger siblings actually testified. And that's not something that happens very often. And one of the younger siblings testified, and I think that's what got him locked up. A very credible witness. And in Tennessee, you can find someone guilty with circumstantial evidence. There was no evidence. There was no body. There was nothing. So you can find someone guilty in Tennessee with just circumstantial evidence. Now, David Wolf, Judge Wolf was the judge. He was just a nice guy. He streams most of his stuff, and even Cuck Church from the Super Chat dance. He even resided over the civil suit between him and his mom. And he's a really nice guy because he's trying to be very patient with Cuck Church's mom, but she doesn't really understand what's going on. But when I look at one judge and then I see another, and they're very, very different, and one is very likable, then the other one is going to be, I'm just, man, I want to like you, but not yet. That's not where I'm at with Auntie Bev. I'm just not there. I want to like her, but not really. At the same time, I just, but you got like Vinnie Politan, where I say I want to like him, but I do really want to like him. I really do. I would not be able to stand that dude if it was him who did the piece on the protesters and trying to imply that Karen Reed was paying them to organize and protest, which I thought was really, really fucked up. So I was really glad that Vinny wasn't part of that, but it's more like I guess I should reword that. It's not that I want to like her, because I really don't care. It's that I want to be fair. You know what I mean? I want to be fair. That's all it is. Like, there's so much writing on these motions that are being filed, and it's such a process, these things happening, that seem to delay trial. I don't think of them as delaying trial. I think of them as things that are being taken care of and out of the way in order to get to trial. The defense wants to be able to present their best defense. The prosecution wants to be able to present their best prosecution, their best case against Karen Reed. So I know that we all want, oh my God, let's go. And we all want, closure for John's loved ones. We all want this to be over for Karen. We all want Turtle Boy to be able to get out of jail finally. We want all of these things to happen, and we want them to happen quickly for good reason. But the thing is the process is the process. And without these, what seem to be delays, we wouldn't get a fair process. Karen Reed would not get a fair process, and neither would Turtle Boy. And Karen Reed's defense is fighting against an unfair process. And in order to do that without any marks on them, they have to be careful, and they have to take little steps moving forward, and it's time consuming. And unfortunately for Karen Read, it's expensive. Right. Double M double 9. Right. We want the end scene in A Few Good Men. Right. You know, everybody's expecting that too. I mean, this has all of the ingredients for something like that, you know? Like if this goes to trial and you get Yannetti or Jackson cross-examining Jennifer McCabe, cross-examining Trooper Proctor, cross-examining, I mean, anybody, you know, you're you're going to get some fireworks. I mean, it's got all the ingredients for a highly explosive courtroom scene, you know. All the fixings for courtroom drama are there. Real life courtroom drama. It's all there. But the thing is it for the sake of things being right for Karen, and for the sake of things moving forward in a quicker direction towards getting John justice and indicting the right people, well, you know, it has to be done right, and steps have to be taken. Yeah, they don't want room for error, man. You can't handle the truth. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. Who's the guy from Boston Magazine? Dude, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, like for the interest of all this, it's best just to try to get it dismissed. You know, like I would rather the case get dismissed than this go to trial and have this great entertaining, you know. Anne Marie, thank you. Lally, indeed, Bev, to help him with the words forthwith. He should be embarrassed that he can't argue for himself. Lolly and Bev to help him with his words forthwith, or had Bev help him with his words forthwith. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I agree with you. She seemed to want to speak for him. Thank you so much, Anne Marie. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just want to see this get thrown out, and indictments, federal indictments, being handed down to those responsible for John O'Keefe's death. That's what I want to see happen. Right. That's the thing, that's the point, is there's so much reasonable doubt. There's so much reasonable doubt that this shouldn't even go to trial. Like they don't have a case. The prosecution does not have a case against Karen Read. And why? Why have they taken so long to share discovery with the defense? I trust it too, Benjamin John. I trust it too. I trust that they're doing their due diligence. And you know, I'm not crazy about the feds and certain things, but when it comes to things like this, I'm happy. These are things that I feel like they should be doing. You know, there's things that they end up doing that I'm just like, oh God, why are they doing that? You know, like fucking feds. Why are they doing that? And then there's other times where like this, where I'm just like, this is what I want to see the feds doing. If there's corruption and there's people trying to fight this corruption, and that corruption is coming from the top, and the only way to intervene is federally, then do it. I mean, this is an issue about the people of Norfolk County. This is an issue about them. All of them are upset and pissed off that a police officer died or was murdered, and there was not an investigation done, merely efforts to railroad an innocent woman. Because that's not how investigations are conducted, man. Like, you don't sit there and go, here's my theory, and then start creating, because you trust your gut so much, you start creating things to fit that narrative so you can be right, so that your theory can be correct. This type of police investigations, this supposedly ended a long time ago. This stuff isn't supposed to happen. That's why there's forensics. That's why there's all of these new advances in law enforcement investigations. The standards evolve in order to get results, in order to get concrete results. You don't just circumvent that shit in order to fit your narrative, because then it looks dirty. And then once it looks dirty, it's like, okay, then what's the motive? And the fact that it happened outside of a police officer's house, which was never entered, that's going to raise questions. And when you throw people in jail for asking those questions, that makes you look even more suspicious. See, there's no cult here. There's no, there's no cult. There's no crazy following going on here. This is people seeing on a mass level that something fucking stinks, and that the people responsible for it stinking don't even care that it stinks. They're just walking around, pushing people around with a big brown stain on their white pants. You know what I mean? Like, just pushing people around. That's what they're doing. They've got a big, smelly, fucking huge, beyond a skid mark stain on the back of their white pants, and they're just walking around and pushing people around, slapping people in the face. And in Grant's case, yes, reddish brown, a mahogany stain. Oh my God. So, I mean, that's what it boils down to, man. And now it's like they're just killing time. They're just like dodging everything. You know? These people fucking reek. And the people are sick of it. Like the people, the citizens are sick of it. And how about the fact that Rita's running for select board? I love it. She's totally gonna win. Dude, think about it. Think about it. She's got it locked. You know how I know? I'm gonna do a little Plevin math here, because the numbers the vote for the audit was 3 times more than the normal vote. And everybody, almost everybody who voted in favor of that audit loves Rita. Totally supports Rita. So think about that. Think about the kind of effect she's going to have when people are voting for her. So I think it's awesome. And she's so excited. Watching her do that. Hold on, man. I gotta check it out real quick. Let me see if I can find it. It's somewhere close to the beginning, more or less, right? All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's watch Rita, bro. Like, this shit is so dope.
You're losing temperature. Isn't that awesome?
I'm glad you're here. Someone told me you weren't going to be here, but you're not
How
filming,
you doing?
right?
Yeah. I'm doing great. How are you?
Very good.
Good to see you again. Hey.
I know you.
Yeah, the wind is snapping. Yeah, the wind is snapping.
No, I'm gonna play it right now, Cherry. So right about here is where Rita shows up. I just want to get to that.
There you go. Oh boy, Rita's here! Yay! There you go.
In the fence we trust. We trust the feds. Come on, feds.
Oh, you're
Rita,
famous.
give us justice.
Isn't true you're running for select board?
It is true. I'm running for select board. We need change, and I'm running for select board. I am authentic and inspiring leadership. That's what I represent. People. I will be the voice of the people.
You already are.
I already am. We want justice. So this is great.
We love you, Rita.
The campaign, we're getting it together. So I made the decision last week. So we've been scrambling this week to pull it together. And we should have a website up tomorrow and some great news. And so many people have been offering to help. And we are just so excited. We just can't wait. This is going to be a campaign like no other.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to set it up.
We are going to.
I'm gonna try to set it up to where I schedule like a Q&A with Rita, like a call-in show maybe, where you guys could call in and ask Rita questions to help her campaign. I think that's awesome that she's doing that.
To change the way we campaign in this country. Just you wait and see. It's going to be epic.
No doubt.
Yes. We're going to change Canton to Ritaville.
Yeah.
Well, we already got a Reedville.
We're going to be proud. So, all right. So here we go.
That's awesome. Thank you, Rita.
All right.
Hey, Kristen. Good to see you so much. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Hi, my dear.
I'm going to post up.
Oh, thank you. Good seeing you.
Scrambling.
I saw that announcement. I was over the moon.
Yeah, I was too, because I really wanted to. It's what I've done my whole life. I've gone into situations like this my whole life. And I just, because of my parents, my age, my aunt's age, it was important to me to spend time with them. But when Randy Scollins and they changed what we did on the internal audit, they changed the rules, and they put somebody in charge that was going to derail it.
And it's totally against
That was the last straw for me. And I said, no, I can't do this. Too many people, and you want me to tell you the story? Too many.
See, I love that about Rita. Now, before I continue, I'm going to play her telling the story. But see, I love that because I get this idea. I've known people like Rita, and these are always people that I admire. She was very, very. She would dismiss the idea completely whenever I would bring it up to her. Anybody else would bring it up to her. She would be dismissive of the idea, like, no, of running for select board or running for some sort of office there where she can make some change, anything. And she was like, no, she just didn't see it in herself. And then I feel like she started to kind of see it. And then that push that makes somebody who, once they decide something, because this is the impression I get of her, is once she decides something, it's on. It's 0 to 100. You know what I mean? Like that. So that's totally, I mean, this is a very different person that we're listening to, or at least not a very different person, but someone who is singing a very different tune than what we heard just a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean? And I think that is, and what it took was just being bullied that one last time, that one last bullying act of just something being ugly and dirty and fixed in a rigged game. And the only way to fix a rigged game is to become part of that game to make sure no one's rigging it. And that being her drive to want to do this is enough for, if I live there, to give her my vote. That alone would be enough. Because it's not like it's something that she's alleging and that she'd have to prove. It's right there. The guy who was the biggest, loudest voice against this audit ends up becoming put in charge of the audit after the town voted and won 3 times the amount of 3 times over the amount of what anybody usually votes. That's how bad the people of Canton wanted this audit. And then they still, with no regard or any respect, just spitting in the face of the very people that live there, appointing the person who was against the audit in the first place to be in charge of it. Once the town wins this very democratic issue, they win. They win the issue in a very democratic manner. And it's beautiful. And so Rita, her response to this is, okay, well, I'm not going to get angry. I'm just going to do the most effective thing to do based on my principles, based on my personal convictions. I'm going to try to change things from the inside. They need an honest person on that select board. I'm going to sit on that select board then. And that's incredibly admirable. That is the sole reason why anyone should vote for anybody.
Many people, we worked really, really hard. Kathleen Howley was the lead petitioner in that. She worked really, really hard. We all worked hard to bring the town together. We got 2,000 people that show up the Monday before Thanksgiving for a special town meeting that was citizen-driven, probably the first citizen-driven town meeting ever in Canton. And people went the Monday before Thanksgiving, spent 5.5 hours in that town meeting and bravely raised their hands when we were being bullied and it was a hostile environment, and people raised their hand to vote for the independent audit of the police force. It took a lot of courage, and then to have the rug pulled out from under us by finding out that the loudest opponent is the one that they put in charge. He's going to derail it. You know, it's like putting somebody in to a quarterback who hates football, and wants the opposing team to win. He's already said it. You're not going to lead to victory. You're not going to get the results that you paid for. So in this country, when you negotiate a deal, such as the citizens funded deal, it was $200,000 audit. When you negotiate a deal and somebody changes the terms, then we say, wow. And that's what we're doing. And we're going to get what we paid for one way or another.
Yeah, she's saying, don't welch on a deal. We had a deal. You welched on it. And now I'm going to make sure you guys don't do that shit anymore.
When is the election, Rita?
April 2nd, and early voting starts March 23rd. But we are cautious about early voting as much as I would like early voting, because we did have an issue with the warrant articles for the special town meeting. And there was an issue, and I want to be on record for this, and the post office knows this. There was an issue with the mailing. Some boxes didn't get delivered for whatever reason. And I never got the warrant, and a lot of people never got the warrant. So I am concerned about the integrity of the postal service in Canton. So maybe there's no issue there, but there certainly was an issue with the special town meeting, and I know this is going to be a very contentious race, and I know we're going to win by a landslide. So I am concerned, so I want to put the post office on alert that we will be watching. And we will be watching. So if people mail in ballots, we expect those mail-in ballots to get counted.
That's right. Whose seat is up for election?
Tom Theodore's seat is up for re-election, and Mike Lofton's seat is up for re-election. Yes, and I'm running, and Tricia Boyton is running as well. And Tricia's also been outspoken in the town meetings. She's the one who has gone after Chris Albert a lot. And she has, called him to, issue the task on some of the things that he's done. So she would be great too, and we're looking to really make a difference. And we are both professional businesswomen, and I'm not a politician. I do not want to be a politician. I want to bring the business aspect to government, because that's what's missing. We're missing the checks and balances in our system that are in the corporate world. So we really need to bring them up to the standards. I mean, the offices run this country, and we're not running it like a business. We're running it in ways we shouldn't. We need the best practices of business in our government.
What if it is being run like a business, and the business is designed to benefit those who should not be benefited? See, that's my theory. My theory is that it is being run like a business. See, Rita comes from a business background, so she's saying, okay, well, it's not being run like a business. And she's looking at it in terms of it's not successful because, well, where is it? Where's the money? But the problem is that, I mean, the money's got to be going somewhere. You know what I mean? It's got to be going somewhere. So it is probably being run like a business, just to benefit where it shouldn't benefit.
Lead this country forward.
And Kathleen Howley is running for which?
Kathleen Howley is running for the assessor seat, and she's running after an incumbent who's been in the town for a long time. And Kathleen Howley is fantastic, as you all know. She's right to the point. She gets the facts. She's a journalist. She's well written, and I say, vote for Kathleen.
What about Jennifer? What about Jennifer O'Donnell?
Jennifer O'Donnell,
yes.
Another one. Jennifer is passionate. She's authentic. Her heart is right there, and she is awesome. Vote for Jennifer as well.
Is there a nickname for all of you ladies running?
Yes, random citizens. Random citizens from Canton.
I love that they did that. I love that the three of them got together. They're the loudest ones at these town meetings, the very respectful, and they're the most well-worded out of everybody who gets up there and speaks. Those three women who stand out the most at those Canton Select Board meetings, when it's time to speak, they stand out the most. And the three of them are running in order to basically just change everything that's going on in that town. They're going, okay, well, because it's not just Rita running for Select Board. You got the other two running for other offices too. Let's hear.
Howley is running for this country forward.
And Kathleen Howley is running for which?
Kathleen Howley is running for the assessor seat, and she's running after an incumbent who's been in the town for a long time.
I don't know what the assessor seat does. I don't know what that does.
And Kathleen Howley is fantastic, as you all know. She's right to the point. She gets the facts. She's a journalist. She's well written, and I say, vote for Kathleen.
What about Jennifer? What about Jennifer O'Donnell?
Jennifer O'Donnell, school committee.
Yes.
Another one. Jennifer is passionate. She's authentic. Her heart is right there, and she is awesome. Vote for Jennifer as well.
Is there a nickname for all?
Right. School committee.
Yes.
Another one.
School committee.
Jennifer is passionate.
So Jennifer is running for school committee, which is fantastic. So, I mean, this is done. This is what is so fascinating to me about the town of Canton, is what this case has done is brought these people together. And these are, just like she's saying, just regular people. But they are the people that matter the most. Nobody who is in an elected position seems to be speaking for these people, and these people are outraged for it. And now they're looking to leadership. And these are, without a doubt, since I've started covering this case, these are women who this community looks to for leadership. And they're stepping up. And I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing.
She's authentic. Her heart is right there, and she is awesome.
You know,
vote for Jennifer as well.
I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you. Let's just be real, okay? Let's just be fucking real, folks. Okay. There's no men that are going to win the votes. Okay. There's no men involved in this thing that are going to get the kind of votes that Rita would get, or Kathleen or Jennifer. There's no men. Okay. And the truth is that these women, they're going to get it done. Okay. Like if it was me, like running for office, bro, you know what I mean? Like if it was me running for office against like Cherry, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. She's going to actually get shit done. You know? So, I mean, and these are very, very diligent women. They're going to get shit done. I have no doubt in my mind.
Is there a nickname for all of you ladies running?
Yes, Random Citizens. Random Citizens for Canton. And wait till you see our website and wait till you see our email. Random
Nice.
Citizens.
You have a video coming out too, right?
Yes. Yes, we have an awesome video coming.
Can't wait for
And
that.
I can't either.
Nice.
Random Citizens.
Everything is getting put together so quickly. But we are the random citizens. And in this country, random citizens are the ones that make the decisions. And it's the people in office that are there to execute the will of the people, not the other way around.
Jody, thank you for the Venmo. I just saw the notification come through. I appreciate that.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring it home. We're going to make Canton proud again. And we're going to do this all across the country. We're leading the way. Everybody here.
Wow, no doubt. All right, Rita, you got this.
All right.
All right, guys. So, I guess Rita's running.
Fantastic.
Oh, I know. Can't wait. We all gotta do what we can to help these ladies get on the boards. All of them. Even Jennifer. She's awesome for the school committee. Like she's what the school committee needs. Just as much as Rita is what Canton needs. And Kathleen Howley she's I don't know why she wasn't on the board to begin with. She's that smart to begin with. You know, so she's gonna fit right in there.
She's wicked smart.
I'm afraid they're gonna try and pull the shenanigans on them, and if they get caught, I wouldn't want to be them. I got a feeling that's what's gonna happen, but we'll see. Good, and you today? Good show last night, man. Thanks, man. You guys were really good. Thank you. And the video, the opening one.
Oh, Dana did have a good show.
Dynamite. Wow.
Are you guys
did a really good job?
Are you guys subbed to Dana's channel, dude? Like, I'm trying to remember what the name of his channel is.
I watched it twice.
Did you really?
Just the opening.
Yeah,
was that? Yeah.
She's definitely she's killing it. She's trying to find a new editing software or something she can do to actually make. She's doing.
I went back to Windows 11. They have a thing called the hell is it? Movie Maker. Windows Movie Maker.
How you doing?
Hi. No, thank you. Up there, the ladies up there. Thank you though. Yep. Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah.
They stopped when they upgraded all the Windows computers. They took it away from them, so I had to go backwards. Go backwards in operating systems just to get that.
Oh wow!
So,
yeah.
Other than that, I tried Vegas Studio on a PC. That's just crazy.
Really?
Yeah. I think these.
Hey, make sure to sub up to this channel. Yeah, I found it. Thank you, guys. Make sure to sub up to the channel that I just dropped. That's Dana's channel. That's they are the ones who organize these protests, man. They're the brains behind this, man. They're the brains and muscle behind organizing all this stuff. So check them out, man. They have a great channel. So make sure to click on that link that I just dropped in the chat and give them a sub if you're not subbed already.
These may be jurors.
This is the Chesna thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Not good.
No, it doesn't look too.
Have a good day, sir. Wow. Wouldn't want to be them. I think those were the jurors walking by us from the Chestnut trial. You see the look on their face? That was the. You see their face? Every one of them was like, wow.
And that's why did the jury come back?
Wow.
Did the jury come back, or did they send them? They still in?
I don't know, man. Wow. That's some bad stuff there, people. Hi.
Did you get good pictures? You want me to get pictures? Get a picture. Here, get this. You want me to take I'm here. This is Lynn from Stand Up.
Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. There's really, I mean, they had this hearing, but it's just a little more of the same thing. So, but it, as I talked about before, I feel it's kind of necessary. So we just got to try to be patient. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they're working towards getting the case, and we know they are. We know that they filed motions to dismiss. So, but they want to be prepared to, I mean, Bev wants to have this hearing on the 26th, a week from Monday. And Yannetti is saying, we need a little more time. This is a case. This is a motion to dismiss. We need a little more time to prepare our case. And so hopefully they have enough time. But I honestly believe, hopefully, based on exactly what Yannetti had told, because that's actually huge news right there, told Ted Daniel from Fox 25 Boston that that someone from the U.S. Attorney's Office emailed Yannetti stating that in the next few days they will be releasing their findings. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. So I'm going to be on the edge of my seat for that. And it could just be that Yannetti is trying to ensure that there is enough time for this, trying to give the U.S. Attorney's Office enough time to be able to present their case so that it strengthens their case in defending Karen Read. If the investigators are under investigation, that's a good look for the defense who investigated and collected the so-called evidence against Karen Read being used to prosecute her. And we all know it's being done unjustly. So this, regardless, so that this doesn't have to go to trial, hopefully this investigation is going to be enough grounds for them to get the dismissal. And I think hopefully I would assume that that's what they're counting on. I don't know necessarily counting on it, but to have that cherry on top, you know what I mean? To have that that nice gloss on their motion to dismiss, being the federal investigation into the investigators and the prosecution themselves, that's going to really help with their motion for dismissal. So hopefully this investigation becomes much more public soon. They've conducted all the investigation that they need before they start at least making indictments, and we could get Karen Read's case dismissed, and we can get the focus on the people that were in 34 Fairview Road. But anyways, guys, and yes, also before I go, Turtle Boy's hearing, as I understand it, was postponed to the 26th as well. That's interesting because that's the same date as the Karen Read case. So as the Karen Read hearing. So if that's the case, they're holding them at the same time. Are they trying to split the crowd out front of the courthouse, or I don't know. It's odd that they would move the case to the very day that. Oh, okay. Yeah, Fairy Raven. That makes sense. Okay. To stop them from being there. That makes sense too. But yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You guys are fantastic. Got a lot of new subscribers today, and I appreciate you guys for that. So I hope you guys who just joined the channel enjoy it. And I will do my best to keep this interesting and fun for you guys. And thank you guys for all of the support. That is something I will never have the words to show you how grateful I am. You guys are fantastic. You guys are amazing. And I love you. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.